Hello everyone, and welcome to this video. As you can see today, I've got Cloud Strife from Final Fantasy VII. So it's the new figure from the new Bring Arts line. Now I was a bit hesitant with this one because I bought the Xenogears Bring Arts line and they were really good. Don't get me wrong, they were very good. The figures weren't too bad, and it's Xenogears, so you had to get it because you don't ever see anything for Xenogears really, do you? But the only problem with it was I don't think they warrant the price point, and unfortunately I've heard some bad things about this Cloud one as well. So initially I wasn't going to get him, and then one night I saw somebody else's review and I thought, do you know what, I'm going to get my own, because why not? And here he is. So we're going to have a look at him, and I'm going to try not to be too biased. I'm just going to crack him open and we're going to have a look like we normally do and see how we get on. So without any other delay, let's just get straight into it. So the boxes are to open already, and as we slide him out, that's the figure. Oh, there's some instructions in here, but yeah, that's all you're getting in the box, nothing else, just a nice glossy black inlay, and I can go on the floor. So first off, we have got some Japanese, and it's got some instructions on the back. So we've got 3 different hands for both sides by the looks of it, left and right. We have also got, 2 hands can hold the sword, parts can be attached. You can also attach it to his back. And it comes with a figure stand by the looks of it, which is always helpful actually. I like it when stuff like that happens because you do need them. So, let's get that out of the way and let's crack this figure open. Right, so we've got something on top, so let's have a look what this might be. So this... no, we're not sure what that is. Oh well, come back to that later. This is what we really want to see, isn't it? We want this guy. So let's get him out of his plastic... oh, that was easy. Plastic coffin, look at that. Oh, it slides off quite nice and easily. Oh, sword's a bit loose. Alright, we've got another separate part. So there's your figure stand. So let's look at the boring part first. Well, the useful boring part, but... well, let's just look at it. There we go. That's the figure stand. We'll come back to him. Let's just put him out the way. There, here's what we want to see. So, Cloud is covered in... oh, lots of random bits of plastic. And then, and then just one extra bit of plastic. Weird. Okay, and oh yeah, look, he's got more. So let's just get this, if we can. This is, okay, so starting off, this is not like figure arts, where they literally just slide out quite nicely. This is like a thicker, plastic. Why am I struggling with this? Is it meant to, okay, I'm scared of pulling that and then something falling off, so I'm not gonna... oh wait, no, maybe I am. Come on! Oh! Oh, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, thanks for watching the review. Yeah, I'll see you next time. Well, I had a feeling that was going to happen. Like I was just saying, I felt like, you know, like with figure arts, you kind of pull that stuff out and it basically comes off, doesn't it? Something in me just, I had this feeling this was, well, not like this, actually, not completely like this. I just had this feeling that if I kept pulling on that plastic, something was going to break. And lo and behold, his entire body is actually quite literally exploded. So, that's not, I suppose it's not a negative really, is it? Because that's, you know, it's just how it's built. So, as long as nothing's actually broken, I'm not going to hold that against him, but let's just see if I can get him back together. Well, actually, whilst we're here, oh yeah. So his trouser bits are all a soft plastic, so that's all right. That's not bad. That kind of will help with the movement, I guess. This belt, no, that's a hard plastic. So that's the start of it. Right, let's get him. Let's see if we can get him back together. Let's see how easy this is going to be, because I don't know. I'm not convinced. Right. I've never had that happen before so far. Oh, there we go. Okay, right. That snaps back on. What worries me now, though, is how easily they're going to snap back off, because they don't seem like they're held on very well. I reckon... Yeah. Oh, my God. Huh. So far, not very good, I must say. But let's try and move past it. Right, shall we just... let's take a look at some of the features, at least. Let's have a look at the paintwork first, and let's have a look at his face, shall we, and see how well they've done. So, the actual paintwork on the face, it looks alright, and they've managed to capture that original Final Fantasy VII feel from the artwork and the game itself. Well, I think so, anyway. It's not quite... it's modern day stuff you always get in the Advent Children post-era of Cloud, aren't you, and everything, you know, the remake and everything like that. So to actually have something that hits the nostalgia buttons and gives you, like, the original Cloud, that's the main reason I actually wanted to get this. Had it been another Cloud from, you know, like we were just saying, from the movie or from the remake or anything like that, I might have passed. It's the fact that they've literally just done the entire body, yeah, just basically base it off the original model, haven't they? That's the bit that got me, so that's why I wanted this. And looking at it, you know, it looks fine. It does look good. I think as a figure, as what they've done, I mean, yeah, looking at all the bits on him, you know, it's Cloud, isn't it? They've done a good they've done a good job of making his legs fall off every time you try and move him. That doesn't seem like that sits right. That seems like that leg should turn slightly, because that back of the knee's there, and that one's kind of pointing inwards. It's like you want that to turn slightly, so I'm not sure if that's correct or not. Okay, so I am getting a bit worried about this already. I'm not convinced. Again, this goes back to what I was saying at the start, though. The price point for figure arts. I wish it was a figure arts. It might be alright then. The price point for the Bring Arts, it doesn't seem like it warrants it, really, because, like I said, like, comparing it to figure arts, let's just sort of ramble for a little bit. You know, figure arts, you get a lot more articulation by the looks of it. We'll go into that in a second. Oh God, I'm scared to do anything with it. But, you know, it looks good. That's about all they've got going for it at the moment, so far anyway, until we get into it a bit more. So let's move on anyway. Let's put the figure to one side. Just have a quick look at the accessories, and then we'll come back and basically break this and blow him up some more, because I'm sure he's going to fall to pieces at any point. Yeah. And here we have the accessories then. So the most obvious one is, of course, the Buster Sword. You know, Cloud comes with the Buster Sword. Why wouldn't he? Of course he's going to, and it's awesome. And I think they've done a good job of capturing the Buster Sword. I'm not sure how much it looks exactly like the original one. I can't remember if they changed the handle. I think this is based off the very original version of it, because they've obviously changed it through the years. You know, they put more decorative pieces here. They've changed some of that, the handle and everything. And if I remember correctly, for me anyway, the Buster Sword was always just a pretty generic, you know, not too much showy-offy type sword. It literally just had the handle, a little bit for the blade to attach to, and that was it. And that's what made it cool. It was just a really simple, giant sword. And you get a little piece that attaches to his back, so you can attach the Buster Sword to him if you don't want him to hold it. So, whoa! And then you lose it, just like that. So, this is going really well, isn't it? This is really good. And lastly, you get these sets of hands. So we've got 3 pairs of hands altogether, and 2 of them come on this little thingy. Not sure what a technical name for it would be. It's not a hand holder, a hand. No, it's just put your hands on it. Yay! And again, this doesn't feel quite right either. Something about it. They're all a bit loose. Like, I think. Oh no. Okay, not as loose as I thought. I thought they were all going to fall off then, to be honest, and prove a point for me. But okay, so they stay on very well. Yeah. But what you've got is, let's have a quick look at these hands then. You've got an extra pair of fist hands, holding hands. So these are for if you want him to hold the sword. And again, they're done differently. So on the left hand, he's actually got a bit more silver on it. If you can see that. And it's got a bit more detail. And on the right hand, he's just got black fingers and a glove hand, maybe. Do you know what? Now I'm looking at this, I don't remember that. That's new to me, actually. I never paid attention to his hands. I thought they both looked the same. I know he's got the bit down his left arm, but I thought they were the same. Huh. So that goes without saying that on the other two hands that are open, you've got metallic painted fingers with the little bit of decoration on the back of the glove. And then you've got the black painted fingers on the other side without any decoration for his right hand. So I'm guessing, yeah. Well, no guessing. I don't know what I'm guessing. I don't actually know what I was about to say then. I'm guessing something. I'm guessing they go on him somewhere. Like, hands would. Right, here's the terrifying moment then. Let's have a look at some of this articulation. Now, we'll start down at the feet. So you've got that's like on a ball peg perhaps. So you've got your ups and downs with your foot. I think there's no real side to side. I mean, swivel side to side, it turns side to side, which is what you should expect. I don't think there's anything at that ankle, so that's all you're getting. So ups and downs, ups and downs, and side to side, but nothing else. So after that, it's this really tight knee joint, and that's it. That's literally, it just bends there, and that's all you're getting out of that bend. So that's how far that bends, and the ball joint from the hip, which I don't know if these are meant to come down more now. Is that? Oh no, he can basically almost kick himself in the back of the head, which is quite interesting. It's always interesting to see, isn't it? So, but yeah, that's all you're getting. So you're getting that one really tight knee joint. As we've seen the ball joint on the hip, you're not getting a 90 degree with that, because as soon as you go anywhere past, up to 90 maybe, but as you can see, it's only just holding on to that leg. So anywhere after that, that's going to be coming off. So in fact, yeah, there you go. You try and push it back down, it will just pop off. So he's not getting into many action poses, maybe. I don't know. Check the box. I suppose Cloud's not like Spider-Man, is he, really? He's not going to be doing anything crazy. So maybe this is all right. Now, this is... Oh, okay. This is the one I wanted... Is this the one I wanted to look at? Yeah. So as I was saying earlier, you've got... It looks like his leg goes straight, and you've got the joint there. This one looks like it's pointing inwards slightly. So when you go to... We'll have a look when we stand him upright and properly and look at him face on, but that knee looks like it's kind of facing outwards. That one's facing forwards. And I can't get it to turn so it faces inwards for some reason. Not inwards, but that way your knee would face, because it seems to bend. So there... I hope I'm explaining this correctly. I hope you see what I'm trying to say. That one goes straight down and it bends there. That one's kind of pointing outward that way, which doesn't seem right. So unless I've mangled him somehow and the joint, in fact, no, unless I've done something to the joint when he all popped off. I didn't look at it. I'll have to go back maybe and check the footage just to see when I pulled him out of the box how it looked. But it keeps making me want to, when I keep looking at it, oh, this is really, really, really annoying actually now. It made me want to keep turning it and I can't get that. So for some reason that knee points off to the side, and then when you bend it, his leg just completely falls off again. Oh dear, yeah, so I think this might be the end of my Bring Arts career. I don't think I'll bother after this. This is getting a bit tedious. I know it's kind of one of them as well. You should be, once you've, you know, settled him into a pose, it's not the end of the world if it pop off. It's like having a Gundam model or something, but the amount you pay for one of these, and it does that, you know, you're expecting a bit more. Anyway, getting distracted again. So that's the legs. So let's have a look at the abs. So if we want to bend him backwards, that's where he's going. And, oh, all right, yeah, and he's not going anywhere forwards either. Sorry, get my big thumb out of the way. So he's not going forwards, and he's only going that far back. Side to side. Yeah, it's got a good motion side to side. That's not too bad actually. But as you can see, it sort of brings all the separation. So less. Okay, once we get to the other view, I'll have a quick play behind the scenes and see if I can sort all this out. See if there's something I've done since he's popped apart. Because you've got this bit here, this sort of ab crunch, but it doesn't seem to. If I hold the middle still, you don't seem to really go anywhere. Up and down, yeah, a little bit of a forward and backwards, but it's almost nothing there. It's all kind of in this joint down under here. So that chest piece does nothing. So as for the shoulders look like they're just double ball peg. They just, yeah, there's no butterfly joints here or anything, so he's not getting a full range of motion. He's just on. I bet I can pop that on. No, better not. Anyway, as for the elbows, so the elbows again, just little ball pegs by the looks of it. It's just a little ball peg in there. Yeah, and that just kind of glides over it. So that's what you're getting for your arms, which, you know, ain't bad. He can get his flex on. He can't kiss his own biceps, no. But is this, then I want to know if this, I don't think this is stopping any sort of movement. Oh, that didn't sound good. That arm drops slightly, but, so that one can go up to there. So yeah, I think this one is hindered slightly by this. I think, yeah, because you've got, there's a little ball peg in there. Can you see that? So that's attached to the top of the shoulder. So as you raise that, that then hits the body, which stops the arm from going anywhere. Brilliant! So can he even... Yeah, we'll have a look soon, see if we can hold the sword over his head. He's going to with that one, obviously, but not with that one. But as for the wrists, you got a full spin on the wrists, not much. Oh no, there is a little bit of movement. Yeah, Cloud, you are. A little bit of movement like that. And the same for the elbow there. So I don't think there's anything in this little wrist bit. And again, the same for these hands. They spin and they move like so. As for the head, you know, it turns. As you'd expect, he can look down. In fact, that's not bad, he's looking down. He can't look up. So the hair gets stuck there, and I don't think looking at that peg it's going to let you go anywhere up anyway. But yeah, that's about it really then for the articulation. It's pretty straightforward, not much to really look at. Once we start getting into some poses, we'll see how restrictive it might be. But I mean, just looking at him there now, kind of sort of getting him back together. I mean, just a neutral pose, it's Cloud. He looks awesome, doesn't he? So in some ways I'm still really liking it, just the aesthetic, but the actual quality I'm a bit, meh. I'm on the fence about it really. But let's get a better look at him then. Let's have a go at putting some of these hands on and getting him to hold his sword. Okay then, so let's have a look at some of these poses then. So I've got him to stand alright, and it was a little bit fiddly, I'll give you that. Again, I can't get this knee or leg to turn straight, and no matter what I do, I can't, it's like I can't get this bit to sit inside the the pants bit, I guess. Is that the best way to describe it? It just seems like, well, unless it's just me, it just seems like that's not sitting in where it should be, really. And just kind of looks a bit odd. But shall we try something really scary? Let's try swapping his hands out, and let's see what we can break doing that. So first off, I'm going to try switching out his two hands, his two fists, for his two holdy hands. So we can get him holding his sword. So in theory, this should just, snap off. Well, I'll say snap. Probably will snap. But yeah, look at that. It's a tiny, tiny peg, and I don't feel like they're really robust, or as robust as they should be. They look a bit. And again, there's literally just, you can see that, a tiny, tiny hole it just goes into, which would make sense. I mean, where else would the peg hole go, apart from a tiny, tiny hole? So that goes on all right. Still got full range of movement, half expecting it to fall off. So let's try the other one. That's come off all right. And yeah, okay. Well, there's a plus then. So we've got a plus. The hands go on all right. Let's see if we can get him to hold his sword. Right. So here we go. This is it. So the sword. Oh, yeah. Okay. So it's a nice tight fit. I was about to say with some encouragement you can get that in there, but that's not too bad actually. That fits quite nicely. So he's not going to drop it. And then, oh, and there we go. Then the hand comes off. Of course it does. There's not much room to put it in. So can we get him to double handle this? Yes. Okay, oh, yeah. So if you wanted to, you can get him to hold it with two hands. And there we have WTF Cloud. So those hands, they went on alright as well, but I suppose it's one of them. I always say, if you mess around with stuff, you know, things are probably going to fall apart, aren't they? So it's not, you know, what you should really base something off of, because once you've got it posed, you're not playing with these. They are collector's pieces, but it's just something about this. It just doesn't feel right at all. I'm scared to move anything. It's almost like moving a Gundam model. You know, you get a Gundam model kit, and every time you move it, something else falls off. All you're doing is just trying to pose it, and everything just keeps falling apart. To the best of my ability then, I have tried to recreate the box art, so the front, so the very, well, it's just the Cloud pose really, isn't it? I mean, that's the original Cloud pose, you know, that's quite a famous pose for him, so yeah, I mean, that was easy enough. It just goes into it, so that's fine. Something like that, easy as. I will admit, his legs did come off again, of course, but that seems to be a given now. I'm kind of getting used to it. And to the best of my abilities, I have tried to get him into his like battle stance, but whereas I think the legs are all right, you can get him to pose right, I just can't get the arms to look quite right. There's something about it, it's quite something off about it. It doesn't look quite how he's meant to, I don't think. But I'm sure with some fiddling, you can do it. They've done it on the back of the box, so there must be a way. I just couldn't get his arms to get into the right positions, especially without the hands popping off as well. So when you get into a certain position, his hand just kept coming off. And there's a little bit of use with the figure stand, and I've got him into a bit more of an action pose. As you can see, he poses quite well, so the figure stand is working. However, as he's just demonstrated perfectly for me, the wrist is becoming a bit loose, and I think it's partly to do with how heavy the sword is, even though the sword is not really that heavy. I just don't think that the wrists and the hand joints are actually tight enough maybe to just support that weight. So at certain angles, like that one, he'll probably hold it, but if you try and move it ever so slightly, well no, maybe he's proving me wrong. Might just be because I was moving him, but yeah, it's sort of, it won't hold it forever, I don't think. I think the I don't think the wrist joints are strong enough to hold it at certain angles. Just want to quickly show you the so to get the peg on the back, you have to remove this part, which wasn't easy. So that just comes out of the little hole here, and according to the instructions, you just take the peg and pop that in as so, and then the sword should sit on there as so. So that's quite cool actually. So you could actually yeah, I think that might be where I'm going with him. I might have him with the sword on his back, like he's carrying it, walking through Midgar or somewhere. Obviously put that shoulder back up because that shoulder's dropped by the looks of it. There we go. But yeah, that was straightforward enough. It was a bit temperamental to get that first peg out, and I think I've scuffed it trying to remove it. But, you know, that's a cool little touch, so you can have his sword on his back. I like that. So, how tall does Cloud stand then? So, for the Bring Arts line, they're not massive. He is roughly, from this angle, is at about 5.5 inches, say. So from the top of his head to the top of his hair, in fact, you know, he's a bit taller, but I would say 5.5 inches. And here he is next to the other Bring Arts that I own. So I only own the 3 figures that they originally did for the Xenogears line. If you do follow it, you know that they did a id version of the Veltool, and that was crazy money for what it is. Like I said, when I got these guys, I wasn't fully sold on them. It's just because it was Xenogears. So when they announced the other version of Veltool, I kind of dropped out at that point because the price point was way too high for my liking. And I'm starting to feel a little bit like that with the Final Fantasy one. So anyway, let's not get sidetracked. Let's carry on. So let's put him next to some other guys. And here he is next to Naruto and Goku from the Figure Arts line. So as you can see, actually, the Figure Arts aren't that much taller, really. I should have known that, really, considering how many I have. But I didn't realise. I thought for some reason Bring Arts was smaller. But looking at it now, they're roughly about the same size. I don't know why I thought they were smaller. Something about it. And this is just a comparison to the original Play Arts Cloud. From, I don't even know what year it was now. It was a long time ago I got this. But I think it was one of the first Play Art releases, in fact, way back when. But as you can see, as you probably know, Play Art's always been a bigger line anyway. But just, I thought I'd throw that in there for a quick comparison. Cool, so final thoughts then. I'm conflicted. I'm on the fence about this one. On the one hand, I really like the way he looks. I think they've done a bang-up job of making him look like Cloud, and the aesthetics and everything look great. On the other hand, it's the fact that they charge however much they charge for him, and the build quality I don't think reflects that very well. But make of it what you will. I am going to maybe pick up some others after complaining about how bad they are build-wise, but I think they look amazing, and on the shelf together, I think they'll look really good. And the figure stand, that's a great inclusion, even though you can't really use it when he's got a sword on his back, as you can see, but he stands up fine. So, yeah, it's a bit of a conflicted one, but anyway, I'll leave it there and stop rambling. Thank you for watching, guys. If you're new here, please come back or subscribe or do something along those lines. Or don't, either way. It's nice to have you here. Thank you for tuning in, and hopefully I'll see you all again very soon. Bye.